Patrol is one of the most important functions that any security department performs. It's a proactive and effective way to keep any organization safe and secure. However, it's not just enough to walk around in a uniform and rattle some door handles. That's some old school stuff right there. If you want to do your patrol right, no, not just right, if you want to excel at patrol, you must employ the core elements of effective patrol. Anyone can walk around in a uniform. That's why they have security robots. Although, I wouldn't exactly call their paint jobs uniforms, but let's not go too far on a tangent. I will trash security robots later on. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dave Corbin, founder of From Guard to Pro, and today we're learning about the core elements of effective security patrol. There are count them, 5 core elements of effective security patrol. They are, in order, preparation, observation, situational awareness, curiosity, and initiative. That's preparation, observation, situational awareness, curiosity, and initiative. Without further ado, let's dive into each of these core elements so you can learn how to be excellent at patrolling. I'll give you a handy and also awesome acronym at the end of today's video to help you remember all of this. Don't worry. We'll start with preparation. Preparation means being ready in advance. Before you head out on any patrol, you need to be prepared. What does that mean? To be prepared for patrol, you should at least do the following. Check to make sure you have all of your proper equipment and that it's in proper working order. Your equipment may vary, but generally you may have a radio, keys, flashlight, and defensive tools. And don't forget to carry 2 pens and a notebook. You know that pen is going to stop working when you need to take a report, right? Ensure your uniform is clean, pressed, and in accordance with your department's policies. Do you have your ID card, badge, insignia? Don't go on patrol looking like a soup sandwich. It's not a good look. If you were in the military like me, you are familiar with this term. If not, I think that you get the visual. Sloppy AF, worse than a sloppy Joe. Like just the sauce of a sloppy Joe with no meat. On bread. Not a bun, like just on white bread. Okay, you get it now. I've gone too far on the visual. Don't be sloppy is the point. Okay, I'm done. Be familiar with your post orders for your patrol assignment. Post orders, as they are commonly called, are written instructions for each post or area of assignment. And that's where the security team is working, at a post. A good set of post orders should give you the following information and more. Where you are expected to patrol, special duties like unlocking certain areas, requiring certain special attention, and how to handle emergencies. If you don't have post orders, you're probably going to have to learn what to do from your supervisor or a colleague. Worst case scenario, you got to wing it, which is less than ideal. Identify if there's anything from the last shift you need to be aware of for your patrol, or if there's any other important information you need to know before you go on patrol. Did something happen on the previous shift or a few days before that you need to know about? Is there a be on the lookout or BOLO issued for a trespasser or a suspect you should be looking for? Again, these are just a few key areas of preparation for patrol and not an exhaustive list. I could go on and on. Observation. Observation on patrol means using 4 of your 5 senses to take in your surroundings. Now, you might be asking, which of my 5 senses should I not use while on patrol? Well, unless you are feeling adventurous, you should not use your sense of taste. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if you start licking your surroundings while on patrol, your time at your current job will be short-lived. Also, you may need a tetanus shot or something afterwards. However, your remaining senses are all still in play, and those are your sense of sight, hearing, feeling, and your sense of smell. It's easy to let your sense of sight be the primary way you take in your environment while on patrol. It's a very important source of information for you. But be sure to use all of your senses to get the full picture when you're patrolling. If you patrol the same areas on a regular basis, you'll likely establish a good baseline for what sights, sounds, and smells are normal. Anything out of the ordinary should be investigated, like a loud mechanical banging noise, a burning smell, or a haze near the lights in a hallway. Put these three things together, and it looks like you might have some mechanical equipment that is failing and possibly about to start a fire. Now add your sense of touch to feel the door leading to that mechanical equipment. Is the door hot? If yes, maybe there's already a fire in there and you shouldn't enter. See what I did there? I gave you a scenario where you used almost all of your senses, and you didn't even have to lick anything. You're welcome. Now that we've talked about observation, let's take those skills to the next level. That's right, I'm talking about situational awareness. You've probably heard about situational awareness before, but what is it and exactly how do you employ it during patrol? Well, according to Mika Ensley, former chief scientist of the United States Air Force and one of the most recognized experts in situational awareness, or SA, it is defined in 3 stages. The first is perception of your environment and its elements. The second is comprehension of the information you've perceived in your current situation. In other words, analyzing and assessing the elements. And finally, projection of how those elements may affect the immediate future and beyond. In short, situational awareness is paying attention to what is going on around you and your surroundings while continuing about your normal activities. It's about noticing dangers and opportunities. Here's an example of a danger. You pull into the parking lot of your regular grocery store. You find a parking space, but you decide not to pull in because there are loose shopping carts nearby and it's windy out. Your situational awareness has perceived the environment around you and the shopping carts and windy conditions as elements in that environment. You have assessed the shopping carts to be loose and subject to being blown around by the wind. And finally, you have projected that it is possible that the wind may blow one or more of those shopping carts into your car and damage it after you park it there. But what about an opportunity? Here's an example. While on patrol, you spot a person looking around in a hallway. They appear confused. Your situational awareness has perceived the environment and this person is an element in it. You have assessed that, based on this person's behaviors, that they are possibly lost and in need of assistance. Lastly, you are likely now thinking that if you don't approach the person, they will not get to their destination without further difficulty. You decide to approach them and see if they need help. Before we move on to the next key element of effective security patrol, I have to mention the arch enemy of situational awareness, distraction. Distraction is to situational awareness what Joker is to Batman, what Lex Luthor is to Superman, what Nelson is to Bart Simpson. You get the idea. Distraction is bad for situational awareness. And guess what? It's easy to get distracted by your phone, crowds, or becoming overly focused on one person, or any variety of things. If you want to keep your situational awareness at peak performance, you need to be able to minimize distractions as much as possible. But it's not enough just to have situational awareness. It's also important to have curiosity. Curiosity, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is a strong desire to know or learn something. You might be saying, Dave, wait, I heard that curiosity killed the cat. Well, the truth is that cat knew too much, so he had to go. In all seriousness, curiosity is an asset more than a liability while on patrol. Why is it important to have a strong desire to know or learn something while on patrol? Well, I'll give you an example of how curiosity helped me once while I was on mobile patrol in an underground parking garage on the evening shift back in the day. I was driving through the garage with my windows down, and I heard a hissing sound in the otherwise quiet garage. I kept driving around trying to follow the sound as I was curious. See what I did there? Wink. To find out where it was coming from. Finally, I got down to the bottom floor of the garage and found out it was a dry sprinkler system pipe that was leaking air from a small hole in it. I notified the engineering department, who later fixed it. Not a super exciting conclusion, but had the leak gone unnoticed, the compromised pipe could have caused a greater issue down the road. I could have easily concluded that the hissing sound was a normal sound in the garage, but it seemed like it was out of place, so I chased it down until I learned, see what I did there again? Wink. What it was. Before we wrap up on curiosity, let's go back to that cat who met an unfortunate demise. There is something we can learn from him. It's important to stay curious, but you should maintain situational awareness and ensure your safety is a priority while following your curiosity and investigating something. Also, trust your gut instincts if you think that something's wrong and that there may be a risk to your safety and or the safety of others. Call for backup, call your dispatcher, call 911, or follow whatever your department's procedures are. And if there's an imminent threat, don't go it alone. As an example, no one is going to fault you if you don't go into a hazardous materials storage room to investigate a chemical smell that is causing other people to feel sick. That's a job for the fire department or your organization's specially trained safety team. Use common sense and your training and experience and trust your gut, but stay curious safely. Last but certainly not least, we have initiative. Initiative can be best defined as the ability to decide what to do next and to do it without needing other people to tell you what to do. And that's according to the Collins Dictionary. That's right. Observation and situational awareness are important, but unless you do something based on these elements, unless you get curious or take other action, you're basically as useful as one of those 400-pound security robots that randomly drives into a mall fountain or a person. In order to take initiative, though, you need to be confident in your ability to make decisions and take action. This confidence can be achieved by knowing your post orders and other department and organizational policies and procedures, completing department-required training, and through experience. The initiative you take may be simply calling 911 or your supervisor. It may be something as important as performing CPR to save someone's life. It may be approaching someone who appears confused to help them with directions. You should build your confidence to take initiative and make decisions on your own within your department's parameters. That's how you become an excellent patrol officer. But there's no shame in calling for help if you don't know what to do. Calling for help is also taking initiative. You're doing something without somebody telling you to do it. How can you learn if you don't get help? How can you help someone else if you don't know how? Don't hesitate to call or ask for help. We talked about a lot today, so let's review everything. The core elements of effective security patrol are, in order: preparation, observation, situational awareness, curiosity, and initiative. First, we have preparation. Preparation means being ready in advance. Before you head out on patrol, you need to be prepared. In a nutshell, this means knowing your post orders, policies, and procedures, having a uniform squared away, and having all of your equipment in working order. Next is observation. Observation on patrol means using 4 of your 5 senses to take in your surroundings. You should use your sight, your hearing, your sense of smell, and touch while on patrol. Remember not to lick anything on patrol. Your sense of taste is for your meal break. Situational awareness. Situational awareness, according to expert Mika Ensley, who we talked about earlier, is defined in 3 stages. The first is your perception of your environment and its elements. The second is comprehension of the information you've perceived. And finally, projection of those elements and how they may affect the immediate future and beyond. In short, situational awareness is paying attention to what is going on around you and your surroundings while continuing about your normal activity. It's about noticing dangers and opportunities. Remember that situational awareness can keep your car safe from rogue shopping carts and help you on patrol. Curiosity, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is a strong desire to know or learn something. Investigate further in order to learn or know something you observe while on patrol. But don't forget about that dead cat and the lessons we learned from him. When being curious, you should stay safe, trust your gut, and get help when you need it. Initiative. Initiative is defined as the ability to decide what to do next and to do it without needing other people to tell you what to do. Initiative improves with confidence. Confidence that can be achieved by knowing your post orders and other department and organizational policies and procedures, completing department required training, and through experience. Operate within your department's parameters when taking initiative, and always ask for help if you don't know what to do. Now, before we wrap, I need to give you an acronym to help you remember all of this. I tried really hard to come up with a cool one that uses these core elements in order, but that only spells Posky or Posaki if you throw the A in there from, situational awareness. I figured you wouldn't remember either one of these very easily, as they don't really make any sense. So, if we take the core elements out of order, we instead have iCOPS. How cool is that? And I made the letter I lowercase, so it's super futuristic. See that? Awesome. You're welcome. One more time, using my awesome futuristic acronym, iCOPS. Let's review these core elements so they are seared into your memory. Initiative. Don't forget to use the lowercase I for futuristic effect. Curiosity, observation, preparation, situational awareness. Again, that's initiative, curiosity, observation, preparation, and situational awareness. iCOPS, iCOPS, iCOPS. Remember it, use it, and be amazing at patrol. Until next time, I'm Dave Corbin, and this is From Guard to Pro.